Hello and welcome to the Weather Hazard Briefing published by Weather Forecast Office Pocatello for Tuesday, August 17th. This is what you'll see in this briefing. We are expecting a cold front to arrive starting midday in central Idaho and will slowly move west-east across eastern Idaho for the rest of the afternoon and over tonight. We're expecting scattered thunderstorms this afternoon in the north from this, isolated thunderstorms to the south in at least some locations. We're also looking for gusts along the front to range from 30 to 35 miles an hour. And the humidity will be up, but from west of Craters of the Moon through the Arco Desert, there are some areas expected to be down below the 15% range, which is critical for fire weather interests. After this, low pressure will settle in over eastern Idaho for Wednesday and Thursday. There is low confidence in the total rainfall amounts, but it does look to be at least wetting over those couple of days. We're expecting cloud cover and cold air behind the front that drops through today and tonight. This will cool afternoon highs of 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, comparing today's high temperatures with what will be occurring on Thursday afternoon, so that is quite significant. And of course, with cooling humidity and rainfall, as you would expect, humidity should spike way up both for afternoon and overnight recovery. Here's the latest satellite. You can see the front just now exiting Washington and entering the Idaho Panhandle, and you can see that extensive line all the way down into central Oregon. That will be what will be sweeping through here later on this afternoon. The amount of cloud cover on it will intensify. And this is what we're looking for, the weather and impacts from this. So the moderate effects will be seen mostly in the Snake River Plain and Magic Valley. And that's because of areas of low RH. It is borderline. You don't know how close we came to issuing a red flag warning for this. It is very close. Just if it's wider coverage, you might see one later today if we see that things are still fairly dry. And then the isolated thunderstorms, that for the Snake River Plain and Magic Valley, those thunderstorms don't really develop until after 6 p.m. tonight. For other locations, wind and scattered thunderstorms for Lemhi County. Really, Lemhi County is the only location that should see thunderstorms by this afternoon. All the rest of these are evening thunderstorms. However, the winds will be all day today and into the evening hours until about 2000 or so. That would be 8 p.m. On Wednesday, you can see that things get considerably better for the Magic Valley and South Hills, where no thunderstorms are expected during the Wednesday and Wednesday night, but elsewhere, isolated thunderstorms. And then you can see scattered thunderstorms in these moderate or this darker orange category. This may lead to, since they're scattered thunderstorms, these areas might end up having a red flag warning tomorrow. Thunderstorms is usually something we really don't know until we get right on it, and it is sort of borderline, so watch out for later today as the event gets closer. We'll be able to get a firmer grip on the situation. And then for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can see it's all very similar. Really, the only thing we have going on, with the exception of the Magic Valley, where no thunderstorms are forecast during this period, and then towards Saturday, when the thunderstorms start clearing from west to east, the Wood River and Sawtooth areas are the first ones to clear. But you can see this is basically afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. The thunderstorms are minor because they're an isolated coverage, or what we call a slight chance usually for that time period beyond Thursday. So not looking at anything really significant there, just isolated risk, which means less than a 25% chance. And this is the map for the forecast for 8 a.m. this morning. You can see there's our cold front. As I said, by midday, it'll be here over central Idaho, and by early tomorrow morning, around 9 a.m., it should be clearing out of Idaho. But there is low pressure in the back here that will linger, and that one will meander through eastern Idaho for the couple of days after this. All right, so let's look at how things are going to evolve here in the highlights. The only really minimum relative humidity to highlight will be today. You can see widespread areas below 15% over the Arco Desert and craters of the moon. Elsewhere, it's not quite as bad. The wind gusts also this afternoon. You can see when you start getting up into the lighter oranges, we're starting to see 30 to 35 miles an hour, and even stronger up here in Montana, where they're getting downslope effects. But for the Snake River Plain, that's where it will definitely be the windiest. But even on the ridges up here in the Central Idaho Mountains, it'll be breezy to windy. Same thing here, it's sort of to the south, not quite as bad. And here's 6 p.m. You can see it's still going on. Also with this period, we have issued a lake wind advisory for the American Falls Reservoir, and that goes from about 11 a.m. until about 8 p.m. tonight for those of you who are considering boating out there today. All right, here's the evolution of this precipitation. It really doesn't get started until 6 p.m. tonight. You can see it's fairly light, with things really staying below down below a quarter of an inch would be this darker green, and most of this is below a tenth, all this light green. See, it picks up a little during the evening hours, and it spreads basically throughout our entire area. The only reason nothing's showing up in here is we do not forecast for this area, so you kind of have to disregard what you see there. Here's noon, so this is tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. to noon. You can see this is probably the heaviest time will be in the morning for the precipitation. You see definitely over a tenth of an inch here on our border with Wyoming, and even some locations still up in the mountains in central Idaho. This is for the afternoon. You see it starts to taper off a little bit on our eastern border, but now central Idaho is intensifying because of thunderstorm activity from the low that's moving in. Thunderstorms continue through midnight. And here is midnight to 6 a.m. It's actually still some pretty good rainfall, and there will actually be isolated thunderstorms still going on. Here's Thursday morning from 6 p.m. to noon. You can see still some light precipitation. Thunderstorms still a threat where there is some rain. And then here is the evening, where you can see we're starting to get more holes, especially in the southwestern area that we forecast for. Even Burley and Pocatello, it's pretty much ended. Okay, here are the high temperatures for today. We're still being in the 90s and upper 80s for the Snake River Plain, and for a lot of the lower elevations, even the mountains, it's still going to be a warm one. Here, though, look at the tremendous change for tomorrow, Wednesday. Pocatello, a high of only 70 from 93, so that's down in excess of 20 degrees. Not as dramatic, say, in the central Idaho mountains, but still very much colder. And then here on Thursday, maybe a little bit of a rebound. All right, so once again, this cold front is going to be the feature of the week, really. There is another one for Saturday night into Sunday that we do have to watch out for, but it looks nowhere near as powerful. And by then, we'll have heated up a little bit, and the cool down won't be as strong as what we're expecting in the next couple of days. So there is a lake wind advisory out, and you can see we have gusts 30 to 35 miles an hour, and that especially is focused on Snake River Plain, eastern Magic Valley, and some of the ridges in central and eastern Idaho. The cool down will mean humidity will spike upwards, and this is not just going to be one day good deal. This is the next 3 days. Showers and thunderstorms, much cooler for not so much today, but the next two. when humidity spikes up. And then it stays pretty much below normal for much of the next week. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can contact us at area code 208-232-0834 if you have any questions. That's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Thanks for watching.